Hello, disc golfers from around the world. Welcome to the coverage of Bill and Ted's awesome Disc Golf Adventure Finals from Live Oak, Texas, covered by GK Pro. Big thank you to all the sponsors that showed up for this tournament: Millennium Golf Discs, Innova Champion Discs, Tree Love, and the Educational Disc Golf Experience. We're going to be playing the Hillside course today. And as you can see, you've got 4 players ready to go. Tim Escobedo throwing mint discs out of Austin, one of the better players locally here, I would say. Mason Ford throwing Millennium. You've got Tanner Girouard throwing Prodigy. And Ezra, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he's from South Dakota, unsponsored player. I'm excited to watch what he's got today. Okay, hole 1. So par 4, 567 feet, 172 meters up the hill. There's a Mando on the left side, right, just barely off the tee. So most players, I think, for a righty backhanded player, will just play a standard hyzer shot and try to get around the tree and put themselves in position.
Introducing the feature card from Millennium Disc Golf, Mason Ford.
There's Mr. Bill right there. Other Willie Nelson. Now here's Mason Ford, really fluid throw. Expect to see a good round out of Mason today. Ooh, he got that nice and elevated, so he cleared the tree and looks to be in great position to approach the green. Maybe a little bit wide, might have a couple trees to deal with.
Representing Mint Disc Golf, Tim Escobedo Jr.
And here's Tim. I'm not sure what he's throwing right here, but he's got the mint disc hat on, so I'm guessing it's a mint disc. Also very well played, just around the tree and looking up the fairway.
Representing Prodigy Disc Golf, Mr. Tanner Girouard.
Here's Mr. Tanner Girouard. Playing the low line. Oh, and a great skip there. Guessing that was one of Prodigy's faster discs, judging by the skip. Nice shot.
All the way from South Dakota, representing himself, Mr. Ezra Adrehold.
And now here's Ezra. Boom. What a smash. That one definitely had some heat. I got Tanner playing there. That one looks just a little low on the approach. You can see it's very breezy in the morning out here. I believe this group is playing at 10 a.m. Oh, look at this move. Oh, beautiful shot. Amazing distance control. Kept it really low to the ground, kept it out of the wind there. Mason throwing it up there, getting a nice little bump off the tree. That's a park job. Couple of tap-in birdies already. And Ezra kind of just wasn't even too high. It just kind of sailed left on him. Curious to see if that stayed in bounds. Tanner kind of left it to the left side just a little bit there. Ezra putting up a good bid. Great height, just a little bit to the right. Should be able to tap out his 4. Ugh. That one looked good. It just didn't fall in the basket. It just fell outside. Ezra with a tough start. You know he wanted that one. Mason tapping in for birdie, as is Tim. Well, it's nice to get off that first hole with a park job. Hole 2, par 3, 302 feet, 92 meters. This is a hole that really is your shot selection is based on what the wind's doing. As you can see here near the cactus, the land starts to fall down. And you've got another 80 feet or so to the basket. With the crosswind, it really could drag your disc. If you're not super low to the ground, it'll drag your disc really far away. Mason looks like he's going with a mid-range here. This is a quality play. There's that drift we were talking about. And he didn't miss that shot by too much, but the way the wind's playing, now he's out at 40, 45 feet or so. Tim with a nice move. That's looking great. Got to slow down. Wow. That was a great shot. Just a little too long. I mean, it's really hard to get the disc to stop down there, especially in the windy conditions. Tanner just turned that a little bit too much. But he might have a downhill look. Here's Ezra. Oh! Caught that blocker tree. Tough break there for Ezra. That was going to be a fairly good shot. And the second one just kind of caught the cactus there. Here's Tim for his birdie. I'd say this is maybe just outside the circle. Yeah, gave it a run. Oh, it just dropped right there. Yeah, he was putting with a left to right wind. And now Mason pretty much putting back into a headwind, maybe just a little bit right to left. Oh! Oh, that was such a good run. You don't want to putt it any harder than that because you don't want it to float away. Really good look. And now he caught the roll away off the nub, so he's got a little bit of work to do still. Solid putt. In for his 3. He said, get up an inch or two. Dead center for Ezra. Tough start, but this course has a lot of opportunity. Tanner taps out his par from about 15. And I would imagine that Tim will do the same. On to hole 3. 277 feet. 84 meters right into the sun on this beautiful morning. It's a tricky little hole you want to throw up and over the hill. It's a blind shot. Basically, you just want to trust your disc on turnover to kind of pan out a little bit. And if you can clean through these 2 kind of hanging oaks here, the basket's perched just beyond them. So it's not the length of the shot that's the difficulty. I think it's more of the angle and reading the wind because you're throwing it up this hill and around that tree. Mason, I said around the tree. Tim, that's a really clean shot. I think that's a really common landing place, not turning it over too much. Maybe just kind of fade it out to the left a little bit. Very common landing zone. There's Tanner. If that keeps drifting, that's also to the left a little bit. Good distance on it. He'll have a putt. There, there's Ezra. That looks really close. 15-footer or so. Well played by Mason. That's a way to clean up for sure. Here's Tim for birdie, probably about 40 feet. How the wind just kind of dropped him there a little bit. Off the band for Tanner. Such a good look. Ezra takes one of those bogeys off the board with a great birdie there. He's going to take the tee pad. Tim and Tanner both had a good opportunity there, but with the wind being the way it is, 40-footers aren't tap-ins. On to hole 4. This is a par 4, 562 feet, 171 meters. One of the better and more beautiful holes on the course. The play here is just to get it right into the, if you can land it in the middle. I mean, that's pretty key. Main thing, you hit the gap and get some distance out of it. You've got a little bit of obstruction coming up towards the basket with a rise. It's about 80 feet from where the earth starts to rise, so kind of a tricky little approach shot. We'll see how these guys attack it. Here's Ezra on the tee. Oh, looked like he had a great line on it, just a little high. Mason, really good looking shot off the tee, just hung it a little bit too wide, but he's going to have an opportunity. Now, Tim, I expect him to really attack this drive and get some good distance out of it. Oh, we turned it just a little bit. Oh, man. Tough break, kind of skipped off the ground and hit a tree. Or hit a branch. Cost him some distance. And Tanner's just lifted that up a little bit too high. But he can still go boom, boom and get to the green. Oh, and just touching the end of a flag on the way by. I don't know if that affected the flight or not, but that one sailed over to the left. He's going to have some work. Ezra with a powerful looking shot, just turned it just a little bit and caught some branches. He'll have 45 or 50 maybe. That was a nice clean swing from Mason. He's put himself up there 20 foot. Maybe 25. Good opportunity for the 3. Whoa. Looks like Tanner went over the top with the grenade or the Scooby. Oh, that's a really good shot. It kind of an unfortunate roll there towards the end, but to be expected. Ezra's got a lot of power, and he's disappointed getting a 4 here. Now Tim, oh, lovely. What a connection. Slow that down. Nice firm strike through the zone. Call it good. Great putt. Good putt from Mason. He moves to 2 under. Now Tanner after that grenade. Oh man, that had some weird action. I feel like it's a little windier than it looks. There's a tap in from Ezra. Big thanks to the Educational Disc Golf Experience for everything that they're due. And we're back. Hole number 5, 640 feet, 195 meter, par 4. This is a very, very tough par 4. It's a really, really hard one to get a birdie on. Depending on the wind, that dictates the drive. With the right to left, like these guys are going to be facing, that makes a hyzer flip shot nearly impossible with the wind. Hopefully we'll see some really good drives out of the longer throwers. But if anybody cards a 3 on this hole, that's really solid in these conditions. It looks like Mason's going to take a flick off the tee pad. That's looking pretty clean. Might have hung it just a little bit too far left, but probably in decent position. I couldn't tell if he was behind a tree or not. Now it's him after that big putt. Looking to smash this. Oh, that's looking great. Keep turning. Boy, that is textbook. I mean, that's exactly what you want. Out there just a little bit to the left of the center tree. He's going to be looking down the fairway at it. Ezra with a power flick. Got a nice skip out of it. He'll be in good position too. Tanner with a nice flick right into the middle of the fairway. He's going power hyzer on his second. Let's see if it get this distance. Go, go, go. Yeah, just a little short. That's a really long power hyzer shot. Now Mason, who was on the left side of the fairway off the tee, you can see he's looking right at it, but he's got a couple different options of how he wants to go about it. I'm sure he's not too happy with that one, but not too much damage. Should be able to work his way up and down for the 4. Ezra is set up perfectly for the power flick underneath. Oh, just a little bit too low. Kind of did the burnout. Dang it. Yeah, these are fantastic drives. Here's Tim. Looking to keep it rolling after that nice putt on the last hole. Oh, what a shot. That inside low turnover is going to give him a putt from the circle's edge. Here's Ezra. That might go in. Oh, good run. Whew. Mason with the pitch up. Leave himself about 15 feet. I think Tanner was running that. I'm going to have to ask him. Here's Tim for his birdie 3. Oh. Like I said, this is a tough 3. You've got to throw 2 really good shots. Good comebacker from Ezra there. And once he warms the putter up, he's going to be getting some good scores. Solid look from Tanner. Good save. Mini down. Bonus point lost. And a tap in par for Tim. He was the only player with a real opportunity to get the 3 there. And anytime you get that opportunity, you know you had a pretty decent hole. That's not an easy one. Speaking of easy holes, here we are at hole 6, 240 feet, 73 meters. It's pretty much a shooter's choice hole. You've got a low backhand route for the righties or a low backhand route for the lefties. If you have a solid sidearm game, you could play the sidearm through the left gap underneath those oaks. But it looks like Mason's going to go with the right-handed backhand gap. Oh, that's nice and clean. Skip it right up there. That's in great position. Maybe 20 foot. Great line from Tim. Nice little bump off the tree. Just a little long. He threw that about 290. But perfect line. Tanner going with the flick line. I like it. I like it. That sneaks up just outside 20 feet. Ezra, that's looking like a beautiful shot. I was thinking it might skip, but it kind of just caught the edge of the disc, caught the ground, and skidded up there. I think he's got the CTP. Solid putt from Tim. He's in for the 2. You know, I think for a lot of the players, especially the guys in here. Oh no, as Tanner doesn't convert, I think a lot of the players would consider this a must-get birdie hole. Now here's Mason. He's got a little bit of obstruction. Bang. Really solid player, Mason. He's got a nice clean putt. Being that he's from Texas, it doesn't get affected too much by the wind. Good birdie from Ezra. Back on the board. Tough miss there for Tanner. He knows he left one to the field there. Hole number 7, 240-foot par 3, 73 meters. You've got an initial gap that you got to make, and they have declared this as the island hole on this course. So as you can see, the spray paint with a couple flags. And you've got the Bill and Ted's Awesome Disc Golf Adventure banners behind. That signifies where the out of bounds is. Mason's probably just taking his putter here and looking to throw it really straight. Very tasty shot. 9-footer. Looks like Tim opted for the mid-range. Well played. Clean line by Ezra. Half an ace run there. All right, so Tanner's playing the flick again. I really like this play. And just skipping it over to it. Good distance control. Everybody's on the green. Well done. Tanner first to putt. Yes, sir. Nice to get that birdie locked down. It's not the difficulty of the hole. It's the pucker factor. If you miss this drive, I feel like you're going to give 2 to most of the players in the field. It's a birdie hole. You got to get the 2 here. But if you miss the drive, you get a 4, 2-stroke swing real easy. Mason's up and in. He was a little further than 9 feet. Might have been a 12-footer. And Tanner in with the birdie. All the way around. Well played, as the open card should be doing on that hole. These guys are on the feature card from GK Pro, so we're looking for lots of birdies. Hole 8 should be giving up a lot of birdies. 333 feet, just over 100 meters. Basically a wide open shot, just a distance control. And just knowing your disc, where it's going to hyzer. You got Emerson Keith in the background, chatting with Tim. As Mason stays on the tee. He looks like he's playing the hyzer. And just going to drift one out there a little bit. Nice bit of ground play. A little bit long, but he's going to have a putt. He's on the green. Whoa. Boy, that had a lot of lift out of the gate. I think maybe Tim just gave the wind a little too much credit, hoping it would drop it down. But he's on the left side. He'll have a tailwind putt. And here's the Dakota kid, Ezra. What a cannon. That was smashed. Looks like a mid-range. Whew. That's impressive. Tanner playing a little bit low line. And that one's just a little bit inside. Caught a big skip off this hard pan. Tanner wisely pitches up. No, I don't expect him to pitch this up. I think he's running this. And that's the danger with that tailwind. I mean, that thing just kind of, the bottom got exposed and it got shoved over 2 feet. Mason, he's got a right to left. Nice read. Great connection. Up and in. Good extension. That's quality. Oh no. Tim's just having the struggle on the green of number 8 here. That's so frustrating. Ezra with basically a tap in. Tanner taps for his par. Over the street we go to hole 9. This is where the course might get a little bit more wooded. Downhill 313 feet, 95 meters. You've got this little ditch culvert that we're flying over right now with the rocks. That can kind of provide some weird bounces. The basket's just blind to the tee pad, but if the player flies it down there, just dead center, he's gonna have a putt inside the circle. And that's just got to lift up a little bit. Caught some of the stuff. He wasn't happy with that one. Here's Ezra after the last birdie, playing the flick. Nice redirect. I don't know if I got the distance to get down there cleanly on the green, but that was a sweet redirect. Tanner's just got out a little early on him. That's going to be pitch time. Now, this is a big shot for Tim. I mean, this is really important that he puts a good one in play and starts to work his way back after that last hole. Oh, yeah. That's one of the best backhand shots you'll see on that hole. Beautiful. Yeah, he's within 20 feet. Well done. Tanner pitches out and up. No problem there. As does Mason. Nice little chip shot under the basket. No harm done. The pancake. Ezra busting out the tricks. Great birdie from Tim, and I would say a necessary one after the last hole. Get back on the train right away. That's good stuff. He's showing some grit. After 9 holes, you got Tim at 2, Mason shooting hot at 5, Tanner at 1 over, and Ezra fighting his way back from 2 over to 1 under. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you on the back 9 first round BATAGA finals by GK Pro.